find their form all of last year, the Virginia Beach Mariners have rebuilt their squad in 2003, with new players and a new attitude leading the club to a hot start this season. The Rochester Raging Rhinos made it all the way to the playoff semifinals last year. With key additions to an already dangerous squad, another championship could be in store. It's Rochester versus Virginia Beach on Fox Sports World. The Sportsplex in beautiful Virginia Beach on this windy spring evening finds the Rochester Raging Rhinos in town and looking for their first victory of the 2003 A-League campaign. With 2 wins in their opening 3 matches of the season, the Mariners are confident back home tonight here in Virginia Beach. Welcome live to the Sportsplex in Virginia Beach, Virginia for tonight's A-League match of the week as the Rochester Raging Rhinos face the Virginia Beach Mariners. Glad you're with us, everyone. Welcome to Fox Sports World. This is the USL. I'm Sean Wheelock. Tonight we're seeing 2 clubs, one certainly on their way up, and another one who's already been a champion looking for that again. Please be working with my friend Richard Broad. And Richard, 2 clubs, I think, that really have a chance to contend this year, both making a lot of significant changes.
Rochester, a traditional power in the A-League, but on the other hand, Virginia Beach is revitalized with some new talent. They're going to be an exciting team this year. And what do the coaches think about this? Earlier, I had a chance to talk to them about their keys to the game.
Hi, I'm Pat Ercoli of the Rochester Rhinos. The keys to the game for this evening are to make sure that we stay compact, close off the passing lanes. With that, hopefully get some counterattacks and also control the ball out of the back when we get the opportunity to be patient and control the sides of the field.
Okay, Sean McDonald with the Virginia Beach Mariners. Our keys to the game are, number 1, keeping good possession in midfield and controlling things there. Also doing a good job of getting service in on the flanks and penetrating on the flanks, and really just finding our forwards in good positions. We feel like we have some pace up top.
And certainly that's going to be important. With Lassiter and Washington, Virginia Beach is an exciting and dangerous attacking side.
Stay with us, everyone. When Richard and I return, we'll take a look at the starting 11 for both sides in the first half kickoff. Stay with us. We're right back. This is USL Soccer.
Since 1986, the United Soccer Leagues have given North American soccer fans unlimited thrills. Now the 2003 A-League season is kicking off, and only Fox Sports World brings it home to you. And with only 2 teams per division making the playoffs, each match is bound to be a scorcher. Don't miss a single minute of the action. The United Soccer Leagues are on Fox Sports World, the home of world-class soccer.
Get next year's cars, trucks, and sport utilities at last year's prices. Only at Field Auto City. Like this brand new 2003 full-size GMC Sierra. Now $199 a month. Or pay absolutely positively 0 down and only $249 a month. 2003 Pontiac Sunfires with automatic, sunroof, and CD player. Unbelievably $169 a month. Savings up to $9 grand off the certified factory sticker on 2003 GMC Envoys, Yukons, and Denali. Next year's models, last year's prices, this year's finance rates. Only at Field Auto City, Alexandria.
Tonight's telecast of soccer on Fox Sports World Live from Virginia Beach is brought to you by USLsoccer.com. For all the latest news, log on today. By Field Auto City, the Virginia Beach Mariners, and by Umbro, only soccer since 1924. Moments away from first half kickoff, Virginia Beach Mariners playing host to the Rochester Raging Rhinos. Glad you're with us with Richard Broad. I'm Sean Wheelock, coming to you live. This is USL Soccer on Fox Sports World. Richard, the starting 11 for Pat Ercoli's Rochester Raging Rhinos.
Well, the key man is number 19, Doug Miller. He scored both the goals against Atlanta in the first game, but always the guy that anchors the team is Captain Lennon Steinkamp.
Sean McDonald is the head coach of Virginia Beach. This is his starting 11.
And Dante Washington, the former national team player with Lassiter up front, are dynamic, but it's Jeff Billick, new to the squad, who'll be the key to their defense.
Some big names for both sides. Rochester will be attacking in the first half, wearing the all-yellow strips from the right to the left. The home side, Virginia Beach Mariners, will be in the blue shorts, the white shirts. They will be attacking from the left to the right. It rained about an hour and a half ago. It's very windy, but it's nice, maybe 68 degrees, very clear. We thought we may get rained out, but that's not to be. It's really cleared the air. Wind may, however, be a factor. It's blowing away from the stands towards our position, so it will affect the crosses much more than it will affect the long balls. And we are underway, first minute. Rochester facing the Virginia Beach Mariners. Chance early in the 18-yard box. This is Miller looking in the opening 15 seconds for glory.
And he's a great opportunist, Doug Miller, and I thought they could very possibly have a goal scored in the first 10 seconds with Miller getting free.
This portion of the match is brought to you by Umbro, only soccer since 1924. You see officially 64 degrees, 9 miles per hour, very gusty. Still chance of storms, but again, I think the major rainstorm has moved out of the area. Almost for Washington. Now Wilson trying for the counterattack. Rochester confident in their own half. That's the hallmark of Pat Ercoli's side. Hutchison had the touch. Now the captain, Roy Lassiter. Oh, that's a lovely ball. Lassiter finds space, back for Billick. Wide and patient now, and the overlapping run is made by Knott. Crossing over the byline, and no worries. Referee Daniel Burek, he is the man in charge. Don't expect a lot of physical play. Both of these teams play a very classy, organized style of soccer.
And a lot of attacking flair on both teams, especially Virginia Beach with those two former national team players up top.
We mentioned a lot of big names in this match. Dante Washington, Roy Lassiter, Roland Aguilera, Hamisi Amani Dove, the 96 Olympian for Virginia Beach. Rochester with Ian Fuller, Lennon Steenkamp, Bill Sedgwick, Doug Wilson, Kirk Wilson. There's a lot of big name players, a lot of talent on the pitch tonight here in Virginia Beach. D'Annunzio. Now Billick. Here's the 96 Olympian, Hamisi Amani Dove. Long hit to space, looking for the captain Lassiter. That's the South African Lennon Steenkamp. Nicely done by Steenkamp. Then what would you expect? Absolutely beautiful playmaker from the midfield, and the wind taking that ball. Richard, that's the first effect of that wind I was speaking about. Pat Ercoli is the head man of the Rochester Raging Rhinos, has really built a dynasty, winning championships in both the Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup and, of course, in the A-League. Absolute powerhouse in Rochester.
We talked about the wind conditions. I think it's really important that teams not try to overcompensate with the wind and keep the ball on the ground and play good soccer. You try to use the wind to your advantage. Sometimes it throws you way off your rhythm. You need to keep the ball on the ground, and the team that I think will have the most possession will be the most effective.
Schweitzer, the captain, playing through to the center circle. Back for the Mariners, no worries. Off the head of Sedgwick. He's the hard man of the Rochester side. That ball goes over the touchline, out of play. Jakob Fenger, the Dane, will have the throw. Sean McDonald in his 6th season now with the Virginia Beach Mariners. Completely revamped this squad from a season ago. Had just 6 victories last year. Already 2 in 3 matches to start this campaign. Hutchison looking for Lassiter. Away and now Temox Suarez. Suarez is fouled. The captain will look for the quick restart. Scott Schweitzer with the right boot. Nicely done on the switch. Kirk Wilson. For Commodore, couldn't control. The wind knocking that ball down. Steenkamp, now Billick. Into the attacking half, here's Jakob Fenger. Dante Washington, the 92 U.S. Olympian, over the byline, and the corner kick. That's the first for the Mariners of the match, coming in the 4th minute.
We already saw Washington's 2 prime qualities, his speed, but also his strength, and his ability to hold the ball is what has caused this corner.
Roland Aguilera, the Bolivian, will take this. He of the Tawichi Academy in Bolivia. The in-swinger, absolutely no worries by the keeper, Andraki.
Billy Andraki, savvy veteran, played at Rutgers about 10, 12 years ago as an outstanding collegiate, just a very experienced, smart pro, makes very few mistakes in the goal.
Dan Buskey. Loses out for Suarez. David Hayes. Ian Fuller. Sedgwick. Too strong, Knott will send it over the touchline. Rochester missing 2 of the potential starting 11, both through injury. Trinidad and Tobago international. Craig Denham missing from this match. Also, the Bulgarian Stoyan Mladenov, both suffering effects from eye injuries. Mladenov also bothered by a groin. Now Commodore, looking to create for Hayes. Too strong, but a nice idea. Now Aguilera will try to lead the counterattack. Monty Dove gives chase. He with the Raging Rhinos last season, finding a home in the right side of midfield this year for Virginia Beach already. Knott has time, has space into the attacking half. Kevin Knott, still Knott. That's attractive stuff. Here's Washington, the keeper out, then cleared out of the 6-yard box.
Even though Andracki didn't make that play, he put enough pressure on Washington that he couldn't get the shot off as well as he'd hoped.
Andracki living dangerously. Rochester perhaps getting away with one there. You see how disruptive the 2 strikers, both former U.S. internationals, Lassiter and Washington, can really create havoc up top.
Well, the great speed is what is the big problem. Here's Washington just getting a touch, challenged by Andracki, and fortunate they are to get that ball away.
Throne will go to the visiting side, Rochester Raging Rhinos. Looking for Commodore, the striker, moving all the way back. Now Lassiter, leaving for Billick, a bit strong. Billick challenges on the 50-50 ball over the touchline and a throw into the Rhinos.
That player you mentioned, Jeff Billick, number 6, has only been with the squad for 4 days, but he's one of those guys that just makes everybody else around him better. He has a tremendous work rate, and their coaching staff was comparing him to Chris Armas, member of the U.S. national team.
Former Milwaukee Rampage player David Hayes fouled, quickly taken on the restart by the captain Schweitzer. Looking for Commodore, couldn't control off the header. Ian Fuller. Sedgwick pushing forward into the attack. Now Wilson does well. Then dispossessed on the second effort. There's Sedgwick, can't slide that ball through. Nicely done by Kevin Knott for the Mariners. Now Dante Washington. Fenger making the overlapping run on the far flank. Handball, and that's got to be called by the referee Daniel Burak, and it is. An adverse handball by Kirk Wilson. Right back is Hayes, looking good on that left flank for the Rhinos. The Wind taking that ball for Commodore to the byline, finally over the byline. And the goal kick is signaled. Commodore, I think, looking for the foul.
Well, he's looking to get through, but Steve Danbuski playing it very, very well back there. Commodore has a lot of pace, but Danbuski, last year the Defensive Player of the Year in this league at Connecticut, doing a really good job not letting Commodore get around the back of the defense.
Joe Larson appearing in his 3rd consecutive match for the Virginia Beach Mariners, missing the opener out through injury. 1-1 on the campaign. He's conceded 3 goals thus far. Commodore. That ball cleared near the corner flag, but out for a throw, and the Rhinos will take this quickly. Here's David Hayes. D'Annunzio. Hayes. The header by Commodore and badly off target. You can see the idea though, Richard.
Good ball in by David Hayes. And this is one of the things that Sean McDonald is trying to do, get in crosses and challenge Larson as they did there. Very well curved back. Commodore doesn't quite get all of it. No score on that one, but a dangerous opportunity.
Off the Larson goal kick. Wind knocking it down. Again, the wind really blowing across the face of the field here in Virginia Beach, really from the stands and then towards the benches.
That emphasizes even more what a good cross that was, and Hayes hit right into that wind.
Sedgwick with the throw, gets the return, and he'll play the long ball, and the wind accelerates that. No worries for the keeper, Larson. Commodore not within 35 yards and backpedals.
Sean, one of the things I think we want to look for in this game, it's early in the season. It's the second game for Rochester, the fourth for Virginia Beach. How well organized are they in the back? What's the understanding of the defenders working together?
Monty Dove with a cross for Washington, then Lassiter couldn't control on the tail end of that run. Again, Hamisi Amani Dove lifting through, the wind knocking it down. Away at the penalty spot, there's Fuller. Now Wilson has speed, has time, has space on the counterattack. Switching, could have done better with that. Mahoney. Aguilera. Billick loses out to Wilson. Right back comes Rochester. That shot coming in by Suarez. Mishandled for a moment by Larson, but no pressure.
Good idea by T-Mock Suarez, because the keeper's not really had too much action early on in the game, and that wind is blowing slightly toward the Virginia Beach goal, so that ball took off a little bit.
The wind is absolutely going to knock that ball down. They're signaling now for a throw-in. Amani Dove had the header, but after the ball crossed the touchline, Rochester suddenly getting the better of it here in Virginia Beach.
Rochester has the wind at their back. Sometimes, though, it's harder to play with the wind at your back rather than going into it, because you play balls that run away from the forwards. It's important that forwards check back to get balls when they're playing with the wind.
Valera's cross was deflected. Hutchison on the return. Absolutely missed time there. It happens even at this high level.
That's what we're talking about, lack of understanding and a careless giveaway in that circumstance.
T-Mock Suarez, Sedgwick. Too strong for Wilson, there's Knott. He's looked strong early in this match, has Kevin Knott on the back line for the Mariners. Now Roy Lassiter. Nicely done by Lassiter. Crossing, looking for Washington. There's Schweitzer to cut it out.
Great defending by Schweitzer, but you mentioned Kevin Knott. He's a local player from Virginia Beach, played his college soccer at William & Mary, and he's been a real find at left back for Sean McDonald's side.
Doug Wilson running through, detected in the offside position. The flag going up immediately on the far side.
That's what Miller will do and try to get in. And Wilson also coming in from the back. They try to slip players in. Very opportunistic are the Rhinos.
Schweitzer. Now T-Mock Suarez looking to create from deep around his own 18-yard box. Right back is Hutchison. Lassiter couldn't turn, had his back to goal. No worries for Andracki.
Easy play for Billy Andracki that time. Dante Washington still a little upset. He's complaining that he was taken down in the box, and he is like a runaway locomotive when he gets ahead of steam, and you've got to really do something to knock him off his feet.
What do you think of the Mariners' new threat?
Miller couldn't control that ball, but a throw-in for the Rochester Raging Rhinos.
Check out their on
the touchline by Richard Mahoney.
USA.com.
This is Commodore. Showing patience in the midfield. Good idea to his creative midfielder, T-Mock Suarez. The through ball, just too strong, looking for Doug Miller that time.
Again, that's an example of what we referred to. The ball's played